Moin. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Mace. I'm coming to you from Canada. And today's video, what is the banned, quote-unquote, Kingdom of Germany group? Guessing they've just been banned or recently? Sounds Kingdom of Germany group. And they're being banned. Probably a far-right group. But let's get into it. Let's see what it's all about. That's just my guess off the top. If they're being banned, they're probably dealing in some sort of extremism or done something that's just not acceptable in a democratic society. Let's find out.
We begin with breaking news. Germany has banned the group known as Kingdom of Germany, a prominent faction of the far-right Reich Citizens Movement. The German
Far-right Reich Citizens Movement. Okay.
Interior Ministry said police had raided properties of key members, including that of founder Peter Fitzek, across 7 federal states. The group, which has established a self-proclaimed counter-state and even issued its own currency, has around 6,000 followers. German Interior Minister Alex...
Okay, so around 6,000 followers. They're very, very minuscule in terms of popularity. Probably operate as like a Ponzi scheme. I don't know this. Obviously, you can't create your own currency and create your own sovereign state as it was. Probably, yeah, like I said, breaking laws with the currency thing, and probably operate somewhat cult-like if there's only 6,000 members, or Ponzi scheme.
Alexander Dobrindt says the group uses anti-Semitic conspiracy theories to support its claim to sovereignty. Behavior that he said cannot be tolerated in a state governed by the rule of law. Let's get more from DW's chief political correspondent Nina Haas. Nina, what can you tell us about this group that has now been banned?
Well, they call themselves the Kingdom of Germany, and the abbreviation in German is KRD, and I'll use that just to make things easier. So they
more like Kingdom of Losers.
They are considered to be the largest association from the so-called Reichsbürger, so Reich Citizen Spectrum, and overall Germany's intelligence agency estimates that there are some 25,000 Reich citizens in this country, and the group that was banned now is estimated to have some 6,000 followers. So who are they? Who is the KRD? Now, they don't recognize the Federal Republic of Germany as a state. They want to replace the system of this.
Well, that's too bad. 25,000, I guess, is not such a tiny number, though.
Country with their own. They want to create a state territory that essentially would have the borders of the German Reich of 1871, hence the name, Reich Citizens. So they don't recognize democratic constitutional structures, parliament, laws, courts, etc. They also don't want to pay any taxes or fines. And
they don't want to pay taxes.
As for this particular group that was founded in 2012, they're accused of having set up a counter-state and to have used illegal banks and financing methods in order to expand their influence and extend their territory. And Germany's interior minister said that the KRD underpinned their claim to power with anti-Semitic conspiracy narratives.
So what's been happening today then?
Well, Alexander Dobrindt says that they started a big...
How does it practically work, though, when you ban a group like this? So how do they practically go about that? Have they... Well, let's finish the segment, I suppose.
Raid this morning with hundreds of police officers searching properties and the homes of leading members in 7 of Germany's 16 federal states, both in the east and the west of the country. And the goal was to confiscate some assets and secure further evidence that they indeed are aiming for anti-constitutional goals and activities. And they also arrested 4 alleged ringleaders, including the founder of the KRD. And this is a man called Peter Fitzek. So these are all German men aged between 37 and 59. They have been taken into custody on Tuesday morning, and they are to appear before an investigating judge in Karlsruhe on Tuesday and Wednesday. And there was also a search in a home in Switzerland.
And this is also the latest in a series of legal crackdowns on far-right organizations. How big of a threat are they for democracy in Germany?
I think you have to be really specific.
I think these particular groups are like far gone far gone to the right. So, but there's so many different factions. The question is, though, how many are there? How easily could they be united?
What you're talking about, because the Reich citizens themselves, that is a scene that is extremely heterogeneous, both organizationally and...
What did you say? Heterogeneous?
That is extremely heterogeneous, both heterogeneous, both...
Heterogeneous. I know like homogeneous. What is heterogeneous? I'm sorry, you guys. I gotta look this one up. Diverse in character or content. Of or denoting a process involving substances in different phases. Okay, I don't... So it seems to be the definition is a diversity of character or content. So like a bunch of people with different opinions. I guess she's just saying like the larger far right factions and far right or types of far right groups have a lot of heterogeneity within them.
Is extremely heterogeneous, both organizationally and ideologically, and the security authorities don't yet believe that they have a uniform movement. So some of them
I don't think you can
are
unite them.
essentially...
You can't unite crazy. I mean, this crazy, that is. Hopefully, yeah, I don't know. I mean, hopefully not anyways.
Really just people who don't believe in the current German state. Others are willing to take up arms.
Right, but there's other ways to go about that, like voting in different people. There's legal means to advocate for the ideas and type of government and governance that you want. But you can't reason with stupid.
And overthrow certain representatives of this current state. But definitely what is true is that all German intelligence agencies are in unison now, and that is a different situation to a few years ago, that right-wing extremism, when it compares to left-wing extremism, is a much bigger threat.
We'll leave it there for the moment. DW Chief Political Correspondent Nina Hauser, thanks so much.
All right, somewhat interesting. Bit of a nothing, what do you call it? Nothing burger. But I do want to search them up really quick, see what comes up. What do they call themselves? Kingdom of Germany. Of course, that's going to come up with many different Kingdom of Germany group. I want to see if they have any like website or anything. Berlin bans secessionists, Kingdom of Germany. Arrest the self-declared... Oh, he declares himself the king? This guy, right. Ponytail man. A self-declared king of Germany and 3 of his senior subjects have been arrested and their group banned for attempting to overthrow the state. Peter Fitzek, 59, was among those arrested in morning raids across 7 states on Tuesday, which involved about 800 security personnel. The government banned the group Reichsbürger, Citizens of the Reich, which seeks to establish the Königreich Deutschland. Alexander Dobrindt, Germany's interior minister, accused the group of attempting to undermine the rule of law by creating an alternative state and spreading anti-Semitic conspiracy narratives to back up their supposed claim to authority. Fitzek, a former chef and karate instructor, calls himself the, quote, king, and identified himself to judges as Peter I. Wow. He had himself crowned in 2012 while dressed in ermine robes. I've talked about this a lot. People who want to crown them things often also want to wear dresses. So he crowned himself in 2012 while wearing a dress and brandishing a medieval sword. Since then, he's been buying land and property across Germany. Fitzek claims to have thousands of followers or subjects. Why does he call them subjects? Do they pay him money? Could he have a financial incentive to be a cult leader? In an interview with the BBC in 2022, he denied having any violent intentions, but also described the German state as destructive and sick. I have no interest in being part of this fascist and satanic system, he told the BBC. Fitzek has repeatedly clashed with authorities and refused to abide by German laws, often in what appears to be a publicity-seeking manner. He has been jailed repeatedly for driving without a license because he doesn't want to follow the laws, etc. Around 25,000 of these people in Germany. Numbers have been growing. Many are right-wing extremists who peddle racist and anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Oh, who would have known? They refuse to recognize the authority of security forces, and many possess illegal arms, which has led to shootouts with police. Officials say that around 2,500 of these people are potentially violent, and 1,350 are classed as right-wing extremists. All right. Interesting. We'll see you soon. Good. I think that's good that they've banned these idiots. And this guy specifically. I bet it's like a Ponzi scheme. He gets money, I bet. Anyways, peace.